Hello people, welcome to the new talk show for the Woodman community, Woodman Talk. Together I've got guests from Elementary, Gods, KOTV and DIEL Klyka, who's the special guest of this show. Klyka, just make a start in the beginning. Just introduce yourself pretty quick.
My name is Klyka, and I'm from the Disruptive Elements outfit, which is a newly formed outfit just last week, which I formed with a few of my mates just to have fun in PlanetSide 2. I've got a bit of good history on the Woodman server. I started ever since the game released, and I've been with the Iron Pulse outfit until then. And yeah, I just kind of play the game right now.
Cool. You did the previous show, Woodman Live, and I just want to say in the beginning that I really enjoyed being part of the show, being invited as a guest, and I thought it was a great thing for the Woodman community. And I bet I'm not the only one seeing it. Unfortunately, you're not doing the show currently. Are there any future episodes planned, or is it just completely open?
Well, first of all, I feel very flattered when people say that they like Woodman Live so much, because honestly the whole thing was just kind of born out of a quick idea. Because at the time Iron Pulse was putting on the Iron Pulse radio just now, and they were looking for different shows, so I thought, why not have a talk show? When it comes to the future, like I said, I'm currently taking a break of it, and I must say, seeing how I have you, for example, who's, you know, kind of continuing it in a way with Woodman Talk, I feel a bit weird about saying, yes, Woodman Live is coming back next week. But no, for now, I don't have any plans. It might happen again in the future. I feel a bit apprehensive about it because it was meant for the Iron Pulse radio, and seeing how I'm not a member of Iron Pulse anymore, I'm not sure if I really want to continue with it being Woodman Live or not, because it was always associated with Iron Pulse.
But I think in general it'd probably be like the situation if I fuck it up completely and nobody's liking it, you're gonna do a similar thing in the end, I bet.
Well, you know how we Germans are when it's to taking over things.
Okay, coming to the main topic of this today's show, which is the big three outfits in PlanetSide 2 and their impact for the community. Introducing my other guests with me today. It's Elementary, stoneshank, Gods, Tact and KOTV ChickenCurrys. So maybe you introduce yourselves quick. stoneshank may make a start.
Alright, I'm stoneshank, one of the three leaders of Elementary Beginnings at the moment. You might notice that my tag is slightly different. It's because of, as of today, we have Elementary and Elementary Beginnings under the same roof, and thus sharing the same tag. That's it.
Okay, Tact, may you want to introduce yourself?
No, neither Tact nor here. Oh. Well, apart from that, yeah, I am the ex and semi-joint leader of Gods at the moment. I represent the mighty Smurf Gods, or Good Zerods. 4,200 members. Most have been active, but that's because Gods has been around from beta, open beta. That's when I made it. But yeah, just an easygoing outfit, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Tact, do the voice and say, I zerg.
Don't do it. That would be admitting to something that I and we do not do, sir.
Aww.
Okay, I think that's enough from the spiritual leader of the gods, and we now came to the leader of KOTV ChickenCurrys. If you may want to introduce yourself pretty quick to the audience.
Yeah, sure. Well, hi, my name is ChickenCurrys. I'm one of the two leaders of KOTV, biggest, most active outfit in PlanetSide, not the biggest. If you play VS on the Woodman, you may have noticed me yelling in proximity chat or typing in the order chat. Yeah.
The most lovable player you could possibly kill.
He is.
He is.
Thanks.
Okay, let's focus a bit on the topics. Since the major topic is the big three, I think one word or one term always be connected with big outfits is the term zerg fit. I looked up the definition today, and it's basically says that, I mean, to clarify the definition first, it's like a large group of players, lower level players, often with only basic equipment, who using the number as the main strategy to defeat the enemy. This is the definition by the Urban Dictionary, the best I could find. Based on this definition, how do you guys feel about the term zerg fit? Is it a compliment? Because people always use it like in a negative way, like you're a zerg fit, but they always use it based on they're getting wiped from this outfit, they're getting completely overrun, or is it more like an insult being called a zerg fit?
Well, it depends on the outfit, I would say. If your outfit uses strategy and tactics, or people tend to call every outfit that brings bigger numbers to take a base a zerg fit, not just in Woodman or on PlanetSide, also in other games. So I would, depends on the outfit. I mean, if you are a zerg outfit, it's not an insult, but if you're not, then it's definitely an insult, and it's mostly used as an insult in my opinion.
Just one thing about that. I mean, there is no like historical evidence of the origin of the term zerg fit. It's looking up the definition might very well give a quite accurate description of what it means, but essentially nothing is like set in stone. When the term originally came out, it meant somewhat different than it does today. So people might react differently depending on when they heard the term first time.
Klyka, do you want to go, or which?
Oh, you go first, man.
Oh, thank you, honey. Well, from a PlanetSide 1 player, from a veteran's point of view, I'd have to say it's pretty much what Dextro said. You just overwhelm, but not necessarily the basic items. It's just, do you bring all your resources to bear against a lesser enemy? Now, I think in some sense, KOTV has done that, but yes, they do use tactics. It doesn't make them any less of a zerg fit. However, I don't agree that zerg fit necessarily is an insult. It's just the way people use it. They have added a negative connotation to it. If this was PlanetSide 1, if anything, KOTV would be, and Gods likewise would be championed for what they do, because they would be the ones holding the front lines. However, I think it's a bit more complex when it gets into it, because you look at the game and map design, and it really doesn't cater to large outfits and large platoons. Gods, in terms of what we do, we never really zerged, even during the 2-week double XP of Christmas. We'd always have our 2, and sometimes when we had 3 platoons going then, we'd always have them fighting in different areas, but that doesn't mean necessarily that we didn't times trounce people, which I'm sure everyone does. I mean, let's face it, if you've got a platoon and you're coming down on a squad, well, tough titties really, they're just going to have to eat their peas. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're a zerg fit. Also with Gods, I think because we have so many members, it's very easy to confuse other people's actions that they may be taking part in as a Gods action, which is, I think, we certainly did suffer from being called a zerg fit, because everyone was always seeing, especially when we had the most, this was before FVK really kicked off and then turned into KOTV, but we were definitely what people thought was a zerg fit, but we never actually were. Anyway, that's my little on that. Could go on forever.
I have to say that I very much agree with Tact when it comes to the fact that the term zerg fit is, in my opinion, it's not an insult or anything. It's literally just a tag that you attach to describe kind of like an outfit is set up. Because I mean, there are outfits that are basically saying, we have 100 members and we don't want more. Like, we are happy with this amount of members. And then there are the outfits that say we want 3,000 members or whatever. And there's nothing wrong whether you want to have 100 members or 3,000 members, because you're creating the community that you want. Now, as Tact said, the description term zergfit is often being used as an insult, because obviously people are throwing it around because they're saying those guys can't play, all they have is numbers, they're a zergfit. So ergo zergfit becomes an insult. Now, what I think is the problem... Oh, sorry, Dextro.
Yeah, but then I just want to ask how they can differentiate between numbers and tactics. Sometimes it seems like there could be tactics behind it, but the sheer overwhelming number at the point, it's just... I mean, isn't it used sometimes as an excuse for failure within your outfit? You can't, or the kind of failure you define for yourself. You're in a situation, you lose because you cannot bring the numbers, and then you're accusing others to be a zerg fit, put the negative tag on them to justify that you can't handle certain situations.
I was just going to actually go into this, because the thing is, like Tact also says, or like ChickenCurrys says, it doesn't matter how many people you have, you can still play strategically and tactically. Like, if you can move around 100 people, or if you can move around 1,000 people, you're still moving people around. And if you're moving them around, in a way that allows you to win, then, you're doing things right. It doesn't matter whether you achieve your goal with numbers or not. Now, what I think leads so much to this whole negative thing, and saying that, for example, a zerg fit doesn't have skill, and everyone in a zerg fit, like, they don't know what they're doing, they have no fucking clue. And then my phone goes off, so someone else continue, please. Give me a sec.
I have a few things about it. One thing is that like all popular words in game, they have a stage of decay. Just look at words like noob. That's entirely a bad word nowadays. Look at words like LOL. Tends to be used even or GG. Tends to be used as a negative aspect. For me personally, I have nothing problem. I think there is a misconception going on, absolutely, on Woodman, that bigger platoon outfits wielding multiple platoons is overdoing it. I think that's pretty much what this game is all about. There is room for such big platoons. This game isn't made for squad play to begin with in priority. They might say it, but I mean, the game speaks so much about you can use 500 people here if you want to. So let's do it. I think a lot of outfits would benefit from going into what they would describe as zerg fit. Also, sorry, go ahead.
I mean, the whole thing is probably also born out of frustration.
Definitely.
You have a good squad running, and then, I don't know, KOTV comes with 2 platoons, and, I don't know, some of these KOTV guys, they, I don't know, better rank 10s, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. We're inviting a lot of new players. By the way, can I just do some advertisement? Yeah, guys, if you're searching for a nice outfit on Woodman, VS, KOTV-clan.com. Check it out, or I'm also streaming. I forgot to say it at the start, sorry for that. Yeah. Then you get killed by like 3-4 better rank 10 guys, and of course you think, oh man, these guys are noobs, and the only reason why they take the space is because they bring so much numbers. As this kind of frustration is completely understandable, and I'll probably do the same. There's one thing about just, I don't know, flaming a bit, and about spreading lies over certain, I don't know, medias.
I just wanted to add just a short thing as a Terran Republic representative, that any advertisement from the crazy psychos over at the lab is entirely wrong and false, and even if the grass is greener, it's just because it's toxic.
Genetically modified. But yeah, no, I do agree. But I think we'll find as the conversation goes on, these things are all interconnected. So let's go, ladies. What's the next one, or are we carrying on a bit? Or are we still AFK on the phone?
No, I mean the next thing is like it's like I mean people always call. I mean there's a lot of I mean, I think gods KOTV and elementary got called zerg fits previously for sure, and in a kind of negative way. What motivates people to
sorry about that. I'm back.
To call out those negative things about outfits, which holding massive amounts of the community in them? For example, gods now from the active members last 7 days on Planet Universe 912, KOTV 1,500 and something, and ELEM 800 members active in the last 7 days. So this is a huge part of the community. What motivates people to just offend those parts of the community? Shouldn't they work together with them?
I think they should. I think they should definitely work together. But I think it's very easy to take a game too seriously and lose sight that you are still playing a game, and that this is ultimately a community, and that it will survive by supporting one another. But that's the problem when you're ultimately fighting one another. A bit of jesting here and there is fine, but I think some people always take things too far. At least from what I've seen on Reddit, and many of the people from Gods who actually only look but they don't post. That these people.
You actually read Reddit, Tact?
Yeah, every so often, and I think a way back, every so often I get notified by it. Well, how could I not know about it? I think it was born out of. I think that's the ironic thing about it. It was born out of a Gods initiative, well, my initiative, but Gods, where we tried to do a week-long event on Amarish. It was alright. It was not alright. It was, learned a lot from it, but.
So the subreddit is an act of God.
The subreddit, and the funny thing is that now you've got it's actually a forum for hate about gods, which is totally unfounded, and I think it just shows the general ignorance in the community, and a lot of ego massaging. I've often seen people comment that it is a giant circle jerk, which it is. I'm sorry, Klyka, I do blame you a bit, especially from that. But I still, I've got nothing against you for it, but it's. Once you get in with them, it's very hard to distinguish you from these people. Even though you try to remain neutral, you are swimming in like a toxic bath of which only spreads out. It's a ripple effect. When these people start talking about that stuff on Reddit, they'll with gods and the hate. I've recounted this to both ChickenCurrys and Dextro. Where it starts off where the people are just. Where is it? They hate you because it's all about penis envy. Gods is bigger than anyone else. Oh, gods are just a zerg. Oh, they're a bunch of noobs. Well, they're not. That's not the case. Well, we catered to a lot of casuals and tried to make them have a good time. And then what was the next? It was what used to be known as NCCT, now known as Rabble Rifles. Rabble. Because they thought that because there's so many gods, and a lot of noobs, and we're trying to help a lot of people have a good fun time. Of course, that's going to mean that more people from Gods are going to be making silly mistakes like team killing. They thought, which is funny because it's usually KOTV that are paranoid. No offense, Chicken, but I love you. They thought that we were actively going out and killing them, and then it just compounds the issue. And everyone, it's just like Chinese whispers, and it keeps getting worse and worse and worse until you're here looking on Woodman and people getting upset by what Truth Ask Adesuna puts out. Which, to my mind, is all truth, by the way. And some people don't like that.
You're taking away future topics, in a way.
Sorry. We can pick up them. Sorry, we'll get back to it. Sorry, I'm going all over it.
I'm kind of a little sad I missed the earlier topics.
May I just put in 2 points? I'll try to be quick, but I really like to talk sometimes. First of all. The whole thing with the team killing, I mean, every big outfit is going to have a low entry bar for new members. So there will be a lot of new players, and all of them are going to run around and team kill and touch by shooting at it. Is that an enemy? Oh no, it gave a faulty signal. I better just shoot him off anyway, so he doesn't shoot me, and stuff like that. It's just gonna be. I mean, the outfit that kills me the absolute most is elementary beginnings. It's just by far.
Don't know
by that. So I'm not surprised that people are tired of surfits. The second point. The second point where I was going is also that. I mean, circuits, they move with strategies. They move, they choose areas, and then they take that. They don't have the time generally, unless they have a really good structure in them to work with tactics. Or with tactics, I mean, with tactics, I mean that okay, maybe we can't pull a lot of kinetic onslaught maxes. We have to do this, and then get people to, like, everyone pulls a wraith cloak infiltrator. That's not gonna happen with those kind of big outfits. There is no room for those kind of.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, no, he did say no. It's the only ones that work with tactics.
I'm gonna retract the statement and say it's probably never gonna happen. It doesn't really happen enough. I have still yet to see that happen with any of the bigger outfits. They usually move with numbers, and the term circuit comes to mind, but the reason is not because people don't care. It's more that it's really hard to micromanage such a big outfit, and then you have.
If I can interject here real quick. This is actually something I wanted to get into while I was so rudely interrupted by my elderly father. But basically, what people seem to be forgetting is that the Zerg fit is literally just the same as every other outfit, or the big outfit. It just has more members. But what does it mean when you have more members? So many people always say that, you know, like you just said, like the entrance bar is very low, so you have tons of people who don't know what they're doing. But at the same time, you also have a shit ton of people who know exactly what they're doing, what they want, and who have, you know, like a good background. Whether it be like a gaming background or a different background, these are people who know what the fuck they're doing. And what I think is, when you're the enemy of a Zerg fit, when you're fighting a Zerg fit, it's so easy to just see them as like these numbers, because you don't hear them talk to each other. Because you don't hear the proximity chat, you don't hear the team speak, you don't hear anything from them. They're just, you know, like they're kind of silent, moving around, just in numbers, doing stuff. I can only take, right now, I know this is a bit biased, but I can only take KOTV as the best example from my side, because I spend the most time on the VS side. When you, as a single player, run around in a base, in a big base, for example, an amp station where KOTV is fighting with like a platoon or whatever, you run around there, and you have so many people like talking in proximity chat, who are telling people like what to do, and who are giving like strategic or tactical orders on that little level, like regarding the building where they are, or regarding the tower, or whatever. And you can hear also, when you're playing in a KOTV, a platoon, for example, that the squad leader knows what they're doing, and that the platoon leader knows what they're doing. Because when you think about it, sure, they have 2,000 people, but if you really think that out of those 2,000 fucking people, they don't have at least a handful of guys who know what the fuck they're doing.
Let's not forget the fourth faction, which also know what they're doing.
Exactly, then you have the filthy fourth faction. But I'm just saying, it's so easy to forget that you're not facing, you know, fucking AI that's set to easy mode and is just swarming you. But you're facing actual people, and everybody is different, and there are tons and tons of people who are really, really good at what they're doing. And whether they have the KOTV tag in front of their name or they don't, doesn't matter.
No, definitely. I've definitely been on the receiving end of such. What my point would be that bigger outfits move a lot more with strategies rather than tactics. I mean, fair enough, tactics do exist, but let's be honest, there is not a single outfit on this server that uses any advanced tactics whatsoever.
How would you term advanced tactics?
What is an advanced tactic?
Alright, I would name advanced tactics. You guys have our amp station, shields are up, and you have a... Okay, this is before the change of the no deploy zone. I have yet to see an outfit that pulls out a wraith clock, put C4 on it, drive it in, and blow it all up. That's an advanced tactic. It's not really that advanced, but it's not the kind of tactics bigger outfits really move around with, because there are other tools available to them.
And you don't have the time, but
yeah. Exactly. There is like a trickle of time for ideas to go to order to actually go into reality. While I do agree that I mean, when we do platoons on elementary, We try to do as much tactics as we can, and we try to delegate to the squad leaders as much as we can. That's going to be increasing and improving. And but if I had a 12-man squad on my own, tactical decisions would be the only thing I did. Strategical decisions would be decided for me, because I'm not big enough to decide the strategical decisions anyway. I would probably be meeting up or anticipating. That's pretty much it.
Honestly, Stone, I'm kind of a bit weirded out though, because at the end of the day, what you want to do with your squad usually is you want to take the base that you're fighting at, or you want to help your faction take the base that you're fighting at. Now, I understand that you want to do like advanced tactics, but if I can take a point by shooting you, then I don't have to take the point by jumping a flash off a clip, doing a dribble backflip, jumping off, putting C4 on you, exploding you, and then giving, you know, like a thumbs up.
And
Like, I can just shoot you and take the point. I can just shoot you
No,
and take the
you're
point.
right about that, but that's really my point as well. I mean, bigger outfits don't have to. They have other means to.
I don't have to.
Stuff.
Stone, I don't have to be a big outfit to look at the options I currently have. If I have 12 people and I can do something and take the point, or if I have like a platoon and I can do something and take the point, that doesn't make it any less advanced or simple.
I think
It's all about how do I take my.
I think the differentiation is not I mean, the size differentiation is only partly possible. I think it more comes down of how good the people are kind of used to the environment they're playing in.
Dextro, I love you.
Thank you.
That is exactly it.
So it's like what your outfit environment is, what your expectations to your members are, and they will orientate on it. And it doesn't come down to numbers, it just comes down to the kind of common sense pool everybody has while being in this outfit, I guess. I would say.
I think everyone on an individual level has their own. It's like in Battlefield 3. You come into a new game. There's lots of new things for you to learn, or Battleside 2 in this case. You come into the game and there's some things which are very unfamiliar, some things which are. You've got to spend a lot of time adapting and learning things. I think teamwork and the nuances of battle sense, which I think stoneshank, I know you have. ChickenCurrys, there's countless people in your outfit, plenty of people in Gods, and usually, yeah, I would say just about anyone who leads a platoon or squad will have a good battle sense. But I think the problem is that you have to suit your tactics to the people that you're working with. So, for example, with Gods, I coined the thing where, because you know how when you're a leader and everyone kind of looks to you as a focal point, you kind of channel that energy, and that's how I kind of discovered the Max Medic Engineer thing. It was. I'd be in a max suit, and then suddenly I was dying a bit too quickly because other people would be focusing me because they say, "Oh, there's Tact, kill him," and then I go, "Right, well, okay, I need some extra teamwork here," and then I kind of explain simply, "Guys, I need some engineers. Could you back up my max suit?" Obviously, I was being really selfish at the time. I wasn't saying, "Hey guys, let's get some more max suits," because they'd be taking my kills. Bitch ain't gonna be taking my kills. So they all come in with engineers, and then I realized the engineers are getting killed. So I go, okay, guys, let's get some medics in. And now I've found this perfect triangle here. We're supporting each other. Maxes, medics, and engineers. And then they're all supporting me. And then later on, I was kind. I said, let's get some maxes in there as well. It wasn't just me. But yeah, and on that sense, I wouldn't say that's an advanced tactic, but I would say that's a tactic that is very good and works really well. I think there's also tactics. I mean, countless times KOTV and Gods have gone at it for the sake of the server, and it's been epic battles. Crown, oh my god, so many times. The tactics that you involve in there with in amongst the zerg, yeah, I would say they're advanced tactics, whether or not it's, for example, blocking the route up with Sunderers, so when Chicken does his Sunday rush, there's a bunch of people repairing the Sunderers at the top, and then we just all pour on the heat, and you watch them just dissipate into diarrhea and run off to the toilets. It's fantastic. That kind of thing. Yeah, I think the Zerg fits. I'm not a Zerg fit. Gods are not a Zerg fit. God damn it! Why are you making us use this terminology, Klyka? God damn you!
Klyka?
Klyka, yeah.
Klyka, yeah.
Playing mind games, right? But when those two large outfits like butt heads, that's where tactics will be born. Whenever there's conflict, there's always going to be some tactics born out of that from the squad leaders. I think it was Escarasuna who was the one who came up with the. Yeah, it was. He was the one who came up with the Sundra blockade at Crown, by the way. So you got him to thank for that. You know,
I think I've seen that one. It was hilarious.
Just so many different tactics that are born out of it. You know, that then will adapt into the battlefield. It's born of the necessity. So it's not necessarily that the large outfits can't have tactics or advanced tactics. So I'm scared to say what would be an advanced tactic. But yeah, just tactics. Yes, definitely they can have them, and they can have squads. Yeah, definitely. It depends on the seriousness. It's like gods. Everyone thinks, oh, gods are just, oh, they're just a bunch. Thanks, Klyka, a non-entity. Yeah, I remember that.
You are. Comments. Gods is a non-entity.
Shush, not at all.
Dude, you're not even playing anymore. You're literally just here for the attention right now.
No. I am with them in spirit. I get my reports, sir. Thank you very much. And yeah, and you've totally lost my flow. But yeah, it's just yeah, the tactics are there, and yeah, you can totally have that in a large outfit.
I
will not disagree. I realized that I stirred up a mess, but sorry about that, Dextro. But I don't disagree with any of you. I just think we view things a bit differently, and at the end of the day,
I think we can all agree on that. Yeah, look at Reddit; it's full of people, full of illusions, and yeah.
Yeah, so finally come over to the second point, to the second subtopic, so we just stay a bit in time. It's I think we covered it a bit early on. Does the lattice system allow small outfits anymore, or does size is everything which matters? And a question from R Cutter on Reddit: do organized air groups, both friendly and enemy, have an impact on large outfits in the game?
Organized air, did you say?
Yeah, organized air groups.
If that, yeah, I think FFS ran air. That was fantastic.
Useless. You should not use that. It's inefficient.
I think it has to be employed. I think timing is everything. Discretion.
It's always timing.
And employing it at the right time. You know, knowing the feel of the battlefield. You can't just send them into a wall of a Taku wizard and his one lone max suit camping outside our warp gate. Oh my god.
I liked the max suits camping outside of a warp gate. It was always nice then to go for them. It always was a pain in the ass because we're galaxy junkies and the AMX suits doesn't really make it easy for us. But I think that's a refreshing change in game.
But what was the question before that?
Does the lattice system allow small outfits anymore, or size everything which matters?
It very much does. I think it very much does allow it, and I was always also on the official forums. I was always the person who said that people who were whining about it, saying their outfit doesn't have a place anymore, are not looking at what the lattice system is actually doing. Because these people, they saw the lines between the bases, and they pretty much thought that everything outside of this is going to be out of bounds, and if you don't move along this line, you know, you die. And as we all know, that's definitely not what it is. I mean, we still have the entire map that we can maneuver on. We have the entire map as staging grounds, and you as a smaller outfit, I mean, I've been running around with 6 people for the last week, and never once have we felt like, oh no, we have to move with this platoon or else we're not doing anything. Because, you know, like, for example, a thing that a small outfit can do is, you can go to a base that has absolutely nothing to do with the current lattice lane or whatever, hack the terminals, pull some Sundays.
As the coordinator of KOTV, what I usually do and coordinate with a lot of people in the command channel, and I don't know, I don't think that there are many outfits who run 2, 3, 4 platoons consistently after I think that this TR outfit, after it quit. Maybe like 1, 2 other outfits, except for KOTV, who run that many platoons. In my opinion, yes, they do matter. They can change things, but they should stay in touch in the command channel.
Yeah.
They should ask where their help is needed, or they should specialize on things like taking down Sundras. It's usually easier to do if you have a small group in the team speak. You can have much better communication, or you try to set up a AA or AV position at crossroads. You can do a lot, but you should communicate with the.
I mean, let's be fair here.
bigger platoons.
Small outfits had lost their place ever since the Lattice. One of two things would have happened by now. First, all the small outfit would be gone, and for example, Woodman VS or NC or whatever would just be gods in KOTV. Or second, they would all be playing on
FFS, don't
Amerish.
forget FFS.
Well, yeah, FFS is kind of a sin. But no, sorry.
We were called Zergfit, so we have to be pretty big according to Reddit.
I can't
So-
believe that.
Fucking Iron Pulse was called a Zergfit, so everyone's a
Yeah,
Zergfit.
we got similar size, fair enough.
But
Yeah, I know. But no, what I wanted to say is, so either all of the smaller outfits would gone by now and would have stopped or be absorbed into, like, you know, the biggest outfit, or all of those would only play on Amerish where there is no Lattice yet, and I'm not seeing either of this happening.
Well, I do
So,
agree.
you know.
But I think instead of disagreeing, I'm going to agree, but slightly disagree, because I think you've got to appreciate that they have been marginalized, and I think it's back to the lattice system in general. Where do you start? It's not a real lattice system. If anything, it's just you know, and there's so many problems with that already. I mean, you take from the redundancy of vehicle pooling, so. You can instead of spawning it, you got every vehicle at the warp gate, and then if you're not at the warp gate, you can spawn just about every single vehicle at a tower, bar a galaxy, if I'm not mistaken. So that makes the large bases completely redundant. Now, from a player, this was banged out to death. You know, the corpse is in the grave. The horse's corpse is in the grave now, and everyone said their piece and left it. But PlanetSide 1 veterans banged it out in the beta forums, which I wish SOE would open back up so people could see what was said, because it's amazing. They've called it already. And basically the large bases were redundant. You didn't have to use them at all. You could just
you still don't.
Just go to a tower. And in that sense, I mean, on so many different levels. Oh, by the way, and just with the small outfits, I do think my props to map, because I remember, and the TR guys, I think it was it Stone? Yeah, it was you, stoneshank, wasn't it? You when the rocket launchers, those really, really awesome overpowered rocket launchers came out, and you were sitting on top of the cliffs, dotted around the place, denying the air, denying vehicles, hitting the very small supply lines, but hitting them nonetheless. And that's the use of a small outfit. You think you got to take your mind outside of the game. It's not these lines, I've got to follow these roads. No, you don't. You go around. You think flanking maneuvers. That's what it was all about in PlanetSide 1. And going back to the map design, I've banged on with just about everybody. There's no water in PlanetSide 2. Has anybody asked, hey guys, where's the water? Where's the VS's advantage of being able to cross water whenever they please? It's not there. But apart from that, you've got you've got the redundancy, and then you've got the fact that it really was, now with it being launched on PlanetSide 2, sorry, not on PlanetSide, on PlayStation 4 or whatever.
4.
Yeah, the entire game was consoleized and dumbed down for that purpose, and it comes out in the most basic way, in the most elementary way, which is through the map design. It's literally just one Battlefield 3 match after another. And this is where, in this is a sense where I believe the Zergfit kind of got the main negative connotation for. It's because the large outfits, because ultimately that's what's going to happen. The game is one giant grind fest, and how do you get the most money? The most XP. You go to the middle of the map.
Yeah,
grind,
and fight.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where the large outfits, the large platoons, going to form into large outfits, and then literally that destroys the mechanic which they're trying to set up, which was literally for just Battlefield 3 style, and it shouldn't have been. They didn't think of the meta game within the map itself, and you get. Bear with me, sorry, I don't want to lose myself. You basically get these large outfits going around using the force that they have, or even forget that. People can congeal anyway into, you'll have a platoon or two going around together. It doesn't even have to be from the same outfit, and then you'll have some people hanging on the coattails, and they'll zerg round together, irrespective of the outfit. And they'll zerg round, and that completely destroys the nature of the game, because it was designed for, I don't know, but a Battlefield 3 map, every single base, Battlefield 3. Whereas if you go back to look at the PlanetSide 1 maps, Google Hossin PlanetSide 1, and there you'll see this beautiful map, water, natural boundaries, natural advantages to the VS, and you'll just see this simplistic layout with only large bases and a couple towers dotted around, which were independent of the lattice system, and people will say, oh, but that's too simplistic, but it's not. If anything, that it not only caters to the large zergs, which would be, if only I could take you back now, and you just imagine this whole 100, 200 yards of front line where one or more major outfits are facing down each other with mechs, with tanks, just everything. And then what is it? Is it a big zerg battle? No. You have the smaller outfits like IP, MAP, FFS when they were small, YAR, all these people who have these tight-knit groups that can work together, going around behind the actual, because if you think of it, the front lines, there's huge expanses that the vehicles and troops have to cover to get to the front lines. So you've got ample space to kind of get lost and not be spotted and attack the supply lines. And then you have the towers, which instead of being vehicle spawns where you could spawn every single vehicle, it was only an infantry spawn, and at best it would have some vehicle rearm terminals, which in itself was its own advantage.
So we're drifting into...
sorry, I'm done.
So we're drifting into a conversation about the lack of metagame, which is practically not existing in PlanetSide. I think we can fill dozens of shows with it. It's all connected, I know, but in terms of the show, we just need to maybe not talk too deeply about it.
I do think... So in short, I do think the lattice system, it marginalizes smaller outfits, but they've got to think outside of the game to get around that.
I agree with you, by the way, that the distances and so on between bases should be bigger.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be that I can stand at any base and see every other people who are in that base. It shouldn't be like that.
I love the fights on the open areas when you move to one base to another and you suddenly meet enemy contacts halfway through or whatever. These battles are the reason why I play PlanetSide, and I want not to attack the same layout of base over and over again. But yeah. So the lattice system, doesn't it make it a bit easier for small outfits in the end? I mean, if you ask about my humble opinion about it, it's like it's so predictable where the major movements are going. Don't want to call them zerg. Where it's going, so it's easy to predict, and you can really easy flank them and cut them off as small outfits after the lattice system, because they just won't go away. They just won't spread out. They will just follow the lattice. So isn't it? I personally think it's way easier for small outfits finding their place in the game nowadays. Do you guys agree?
I agree. I definitely agree.
I agree. As long as they play in a team, definitely.
Yep. And as long as they are also able to read a little, because you need to at least know kinda where you want to be.
Yeah, I think it just again speaks to the game design. You need predictability, and that was one of the lessons. It was one of the things they could have taken away from PlanetSide 1, but they didn't. You only have to look at the beta, where the hex was just, you could capture any base irrespective of what it was connected to. So these lone wolves would just go all the way up to the top of the map and start capturing everything. It was a joke, because you'd have these lovely battles, and then you'd have to pull away your troops to go fight ghost captures or ninja captures or whatever you want to call it.
People sometimes, especially on the internet, like especially computer nerds, people sometimes think that simplicity is a bad thing. It is not always a bad thing. It depends on how you apply it and in what ways you apply it. But something being simple doesn't make something shit.
Yeah, that's what I call Sorry, go for it.
I didn't want to talk.
Okay, then I will talk.
Now you have to talk.
I will talk.
I will talk. Shaken, you spoke about team play, and there's some interesting questions. 2 questions from EDT Zestler I want to ask at this point. To the round, what is your opinion about the advantages and disadvantages of larger outfit compared to 3-4 smaller outfits? And should there be more room for specialized outfits, or are they really contributing a lot to your fact?
I can speak from experience there, and I can only speak from my experience, but having a lot of people on the one flag, and I have to say that one flag doesn't mean one outfit, but working on one strategy is much better than having 10 different people thinking they know what's the best, and that usually causes a big trouble. So from my experience, it is better to have a big outfit, but that's just my experience, and that may be different for other factions on other servers, whatever.
You know what a big outfit way oftentimes really hinders, and why so many people think that everyone in a big outfit is bad? Because the only people in a big outfit that you usually know of are like the leaders. And everyone else just, you know, they all have the same tag, and they all just kind of blend together.
I think that's a very you have to strike a balance there, because if you're not accepting of casual, especially the vast majority of people who play this game, which are casuals, if you're not, you don't respect them, because people don't want to come in and have to be super friendly and talk and all that stuff. It takes time. They've got so much things to kind of focus on and learn. The last thing they're going to do, well, not depending on the personality though, is going to come on TeamSpeak and start wanting to be a super awesome soldier. For the most part, they're just running around like headless chickens. If you can give them a waypoint, then at least that gives them some meaning to it. If they drop in on you or whatever, at least they'll have a decent game. But I think...
Well, to the question itself, I have to say you can't generally say one thing, like that big outfit should lead or the small outfit. You can't generally say that. No, that's not possible. But
I do agree with sorry for interrupting, Chicken. I do agree with you that that it's almost it's always better that one person decides, like on a front line, exactly what needs to be done, rather than having 10 people sharing their opinion. It's just a matter of I think that's definitely something that works better than having like a community talking things over too much. Sometimes this game is all about timing, and that's something that often gets lost in the discussion. What was needed to be done 10 minutes when we started to discuss this strategy, etc., is no longer the case.
Very true.
But can it be compensated by good inter-outfit coordination? I think it's easier doing it under one flag, because usually the infrastructure is the same. But if multiple outfits deeply coordinate with each other, smaller outfits, it shouldn't be a disadvantage in comparison to one big outfit, or is it?
No, I agree. At disadvantages also a lot of disadvantages in having one big outfit. It's kind of the anonymity that the people have. They see, we have so many people, and well, I don't need to play 100% then, because I don't know, there are so many others with the same tech, and some of them are new and they also don't give 100%, so I can also just lay down a bit and do my thing. It's one of the downsides of a big outfit. Let's just call it the case. If you would have, like, let's say, instead of 3 KOTV platoons, 3 platoons filled with members from one outfit, like one, I don't know, IP outfit, one GOTS outfit, one NB outfit working together, and they just have one platoon and can concentrate everything on this one platoon. As long as they don't work and coordinate together, they are probably still not as good as 3 big platoons, but if they coordinate together and have a person like coordinating the whole thing, they are probably, most probably more effective.
Yeah. I think small outfits have got to play to their strengths ultimately, and they've, like I said before, you've got to take your head out of the game and think creative with what you've got. It just speaks like, when MAP would put out their guys with get a platoon or even a couple squads and just stick them outside the warp gate somewhere on a ledge, which was hard to get to. that and dominate the skies, shut down a lot of air leaving the warp gate or whatever. The same with what stoneshank and 2CA did it as well. I can't remember all these things, but yeah, TR where they go up with their little rocket launchers. I think it's all about playing to your strengths but being mobile, because you don't have to. It's all about protracted battles. It's not about digging in, especially when you're a small one. You shouldn't be digging in against an oncoming platoon or something like that. That's suicide, and it's not going to be fun. Pick your battles, and yeah, you'll be very successful.
And another interesting question from the same person is, how should the idea, assuming that it's about communication in between outfits, how does the communication in between large and smaller outfits should work? In a faction, for example, should the large outfit call the shots, or should the smaller outfits try to, or should one of them try to use it? Should the large outfit try to support the smaller outfits more, or should it be the other way around, basically?
What I think is that the larger outfit, automatically looks at a larger picture than the smaller ones, because they have so many people in different places of the map. They have to look at a bigger picture. So honestly, what I think, what works really well, and that's usually how the VS does it on Woodman, is that the big outfit moves around. They've got their strategy, they move their people, and so on, and you can ask in command chat, or you can also just see their strategy. And then the smaller outfits fill the gaps. And if the smaller outfits at any time need help in a gap, they can always talk to the bigger outfit and say, yo, this gap here, like, it's happening, we need some help. And then the bigger outfit can say, okay, we've got the numbers, here you go, or we don't have the numbers, we can't help you. And I think that's kind of how it should, because you want to keep the organization as simple as possible. Because the moment you become super crazy, advanced, and intricate, it just opens up holes and problems everywhere. So if you just let the big outfit move their numbers around, and you move your small outfit accordingly to the numbers with some coordination with the leaders, in my opinion, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, I agree in this case. Not sure how it is on other servers. I don't know if you, for example, have a leader of an outfit and the horrible strategist, and he's coordinating, for example. I wouldn't listen to him, but I don't know. Generally, yeah, you're right.
So it's basically
at least it's working for us, and I didn't lose an alert since 3 weeks. That's when I came back, not a single one when I was coordinating. And it's not just my work. I talk a lot in the command channel. I ask where the people are. I ask them if they can tell me when they need help. Not just
So I think.
So by the way, TR and NC. Sorry, Dextro, but TR and NC. What Chicken just said. This is something that's really important. Like, to people who are listening or whatever, like, you can think what you want about Chicken Curry. Like, it doesn't really matter your personal opinion on it. But if there's one thing that he does, is that he is constantly on the command channel. He's asking, he's saying what he's doing, he's talking about stuff, he's talking about what's going on. And that is something which brings other people onto the command channel. If no one talks on the command channel, no one wants to be the first idiot to start talking, and then suddenly people go, no, you're wrong, you're stupid. But Chicken Curry puts himself out. He says, what's happening? And then other people join in and they say, oh yeah, okay, we're helping. Oh no, this is stupid, or whatever. Or some people say, Chicken, you're an idiot, I hate you. But it doesn't matter as long as people talk on the command channel. So the NC and the TR, you guys need to have people who talk on the command channel and who get others to talk on the command channel.
Yeah, I agree, but what most people forget or don't know is that I've been leading the NC from beta, and in much the same way ChickenCurrys did. But the problem is it takes an awful lot of energy, and the game, first of all, the game doesn't cater to, or help, it doesn't really support the community leaders, if you will, enough. They haven't given us a suite of tools to help assign front lines and communicate with the other leaders properly, and including the other faction leaders, I'd also like to add. So many things that they're just missing out on, but instead we got the alerts. It's just ridiculous. As for who should lead, I think personally...
That's a good point. Let's talk about the alerts. the situation on the server.
Take it away from me.
and the struggle, or the seemingly, if there is a struggle of the TR and NC during alerts, what are alerts? If you ask me, they're a poor attempt to bring in metagame in the game, which doesn't really work out. They're too often, they're boring, they're destroying the overall situation and kind of break with the game. Do the TR and NC really struggle in the alerts? Do they actually really care? Do they try? What's up with these alerts?
Well,
be 1 sec.
Fine. No, well, at least from the NC point of view, from gods, I have straight from the start. I saw what they're doing. I was totally against it. For so many different reasons. I could go into them. Ask me if you want me to go into them. There's so many different reasons why the alerts are bad. Whether or not people see them or not, that's fine. Doesn't matter. But the chief of them was apathy. And it's a monotonous thing over and over again. Instead of giving the community the ability to communicate in game and improve their tactics and improve their coordination, they just threw out this generic thing which happened like 8 times a day. And suddenly all these kids go, let's throw our energy into this new fad. And suddenly they take the game way too seriously. Adds to the poison and the ripple effect that we just discussed about all the smack talking dribblers on Reddit. And then. Yeah, it destroys the community and it burns people out, and it brings it down to winning and losing, and it frustrates people and generally just increases the sense of apathy across the board.
On the one hand, you want a meta game and continent lock everything like the Plan Side 1, and on the other hand, you talk about it introduces winning and losing. That is bad.
But
I don't know. I agree with you that there are way too many alerts, and there were way too many alerts. But we need something, and even if it's just one alert every day.
Yeah, but I think here's the thing. It's exactly what you were getting for there. It's the light touch. They could have easily worked with the community and done what I said. Introduce that kind of help the community communicate better in game. Whilst at the same time, if they really like the alert, it's fine. But I think they should have built up to it and kind of made a community event out of it. Like on a weekend or something, starting Friday and ending Sunday night or something like that, with a double XP weekend once a month or something like that. But they really needed to kind of smatter it about and make it more planned, so people could structure their own lives around it, not be a slave to the beat, which is so monotonous.
Yeah. To be fair, if we only did it once a month, you would have so many fucking posts on the forums. Like, I can't play on the weekend, make more alerts.
Well, the alert goes back into other things as well. I mean, you got to look at how it's affected the community. You look at the 4th faction. The alerts have literally, it's what I kept saying to everyone at the start, it's going to be a catalyst for all the negative aspects which are lying dormant or most people can't perceive yet. And it's, the apathy, but more often than not, God damn it just went out of my head.
My biggest problem with the alerts, after with them so much, is I think the frequency of them, it's still a little high, but it's kind of getting there. One thing, and I'm pretty sure like almost everyone will agree with me here, is the problem that the alerts just kind of happen in the middle of the game. Like, they just take the current situation on the server, they don't really care all that much about who owns what or whatever, and they just go, here's an alert for you.
Yeah.
What I think is what would work really well with the alerts is something like you just said, where it's like a focused event. What I think would be cool if pretty much like once a day or something like that, or like you said, a specific time, but not as often as right now, these alerts start, and what they do is they pretty much, when an alert starts, it gives you like a 15-minute warning, as it does now, and then at those 15 minutes, it kind of just resets everything. It puts everyone in the areas around their own warp gate and just kind of splits up the map into the parts, and then we go from there.
But would it break the whole atmosphere of the endless war over the continents and the dominance? So it would be like breaking the game and the lore a bit if you reset everything.
Yeah, but whatever. At the end of the day, all the pieces go back in the box anyway.
So Dextro, at the end, all they can say is nanites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like But the thing is, what I meant to say, that slipped my mind just then, was it also has, with the fourth faction, because it forces this focus on winning and losing, and you look at Reddit, it's a bunch of people stroking their own self-inflated egos. Think of that as the fourth faction. People don't want to lose. They want to be, make Tommy feel good. I'm going to go join VS for the win. Oh.
I still cannot believe that the community themselves were the people who said, I want to have a character in a different faction on the same server. Because we didn't start out with this shit, and the community made them do it.
Really?
Wasn't it the worst? Wasn't it the worst and game-breaking mistake they ever do, allowing you to switch within seconds? Much, yeah. And the only thing which holds you back is your connection and your PC. Shouldn't it be like you pick a faction and you are on 3 hours cooldown, you go off the game and you can switch a faction on the same, or something like that. So it's completely, you can't.
At least something like.
Yeah. So it's like you pick a faction for the day, for example. It's like, today I'm playing NC, next day I play West. It would be fine, but doesn't it completely destroy the game and the community? And isn't it really?
Well, I think. Surely the community wanted it. I can't. I mean, they must have wanted it on some level. Some people must have. But at the same time, look at SOE, a massive cash grab. It suited their goals fine. Sure, we're going to let you have access to, because you just make a new account, but we'll let you play on the other factions, because, and then what did they do? They literally locked out just about everything.
We give you a count via download.
They've let you the camo.
Yeah,
but how much weapons? The amount of money that people must have spent swapping and buying those weapons just to catch up with other people. You know, the air-to-air, the rocket pods, this faction-specific rocket launchers. I don't know what else people.
There's so much stuff.
Exactly. And they're making money off this, so of course they're going to do it. But they lost the integrity that was in PlanetSide 1.
So it's like
but it kind of is. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, Stone, go.
I kind of woke up from my slumber here.
Sorry. Effect on people.
I'm not much of a talker compared to you guys. There was a mistake letting people play on the same server, different faction. I think that's definitely a mistake. I can see why they did it. It gave them a lot of money, but I think they sold out a lot of potentially staying customers in the sweep, because I don't know if we can blame this, but we have a unbalanced situation on every server, different factions on each server, but there is now like it's quite common with the same issues Woodman have, with one faction having monopoly on alert, which brings me to a much more important thing at the moment here. The much despised site Reddit here just proclaimed that TR won an alert. I'm not sure if it actually happened. There was this alert now, but it seems like we actually won an alert tonight.
Yeah, you did.
How do you like them apples, ChickenCurry?
I wasn't leading, otherwise you wouldn't have won.
I'm pretty sure I can slander your name somehow.
What?
I'm pretty sure I can slander your name in this affair somehow. Anyways, I just wanted to send out the message that TR won an alert.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
So
how much of that was to do with gods?
Won't happen when I'm online and when I'm leading, trust me.
So, but what does it bring in the end for the TR to win an alert?
For us?
Yes.
Saving face?
Wait, no, for us, winning an alert as the phenomenon is very unheard of at the moment. I mean, past months have been a desert walk for us. It's not been fun, and you can see a lot of names that usually pop up in leader chat. They're not. I haven't seen them in a good while. I think it's just that people get tired and stuff like that. And personally, I know that me and the rest in elementary, we're not worried at all about our own outfit, but we can't really speak for any other outfit. But I know that 2CA is going strong and EDT is really going on, and then there is a lot of other outfit that is kind of hard to reach. That I'm not really sure what they're up to, but I heard that they're doing an alliance thing.
But you're not invited.
I don't know. I think that there is still a sunrise coming for TR. It's gonna be later than it's not around the corner, but I think sooner or later we'll catch up.
I think
it's
speaking
kind of
about
funny how on the one hand we're slamming the alerts. Like on the one hand we're slamming the alerts, and on the other hand we're seeing the alerts being won by the TR as a faction coming, you know, like moving up.
Yeah,
It's a little funny.
I think that's
it's the one competition that matters in the game.
True.
And it doesn't matter to begin with. It's just like a few XP. Most people
Like we've
do
literally done
good without
something
it.
that doesn't matter, and we've built it up into
it's
a
a fact.
badge of success.
Yes, and that's the thing that I was against. You're just creating another fad. Here's the thing: people. I remember ChickenCurrys countless times. He would bang on at me. Oh, why you not come to alert with gods? Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, sorry, don't give up about your alert. There's a cont lock that's got more value to it. This was before they screwed over the cont lock with the whole 17%.
We had this conversation 10 times already.
Yeah, but
you
I'm
can
just
save
saying,
your cont lock while moving to the
but
alert.
that's
Seriously,
but
it's
that's
just an
it.
excuse. Seriously, man.
No, it's not an excuse. If strategic values, the value of a cont lock, at least in DARS, was far outweighed that of a piffling 10k from an alert.
Oh, well, it's a matter of opinion. Personally, I would love to play more alert and successfully doing so. It's not fun getting whipped every alert.
I think
And,
now we
I
are.
think every TR agrees with me that it would be fun to have slightly more better results.
Yeah, I
and
think
that still said, the alerts are kind of sorry, Dextro. That still said, the alert system is just a band-aid for to mask the fact that there is no endgame,
No content and a lack of depth. Yeah.
It's so sad that it's very hard for us as a community to organize events like with a goal that we can just do, like, you know, where, for example, we could say like this weekend we're having like an Amurish domination, because it's so hard for us to set it up, because we all know that if for example if I said, hey guys, let's all try and conquer Amurish on Friday evening, and whoever finishes it, you know, like wins, and then on Friday afternoon people would already be ghost capping the fucking continent, you know, and then we just and that's the thing, we can't set it up. We have no tools, we have no help from Sony, and everything we come up with is all balancing on these little lines that we can walk on. It's
and
So-
what gets me is I go for it, Dextro.
So what do you feel? I got a question from one guy on Twitch a bit time ago. It's, what are your opinions to the change of the development priorities of PlanetSide 2? A couple of hours ago, Smatley said on Twitter that optimization is now the only task. Everything else is pushed back until that's fixed to an acceptable level.
I can tell you right now, that is a ruse. Because what have they announced already? They're going to be one of the flagship titles on the PlayStation. God knows what number. So optimization, bull. I'm calling bull pie. Sure, we may get a bit, but then again, let's remember the PlayStation is an AMD, so we're going to see some benefits from that. It's AMD processor and an AMD ATI graphics card. So of course, and it is basically a PC. They're just calling it a console. So great. But so we're going to see some optimization, which is kind of true, but it's only to benefit them. So they don't look like, you know, a clown when it launches with the console. So we like I said, it's like I said to some people, I hope you enjoyed your game. We've paid for it, and you know, it was literally meant for the console all along.
So isn't it a wrong signal from them? It's like the game is missing so much content on various levels. Isn't it a false signal to say we only focus on optimization by now? Because I'm desperately waiting for new content, and it's like, I think how do they want to motivate people staying long term into the game, invest high amounts of money into the game over time if they're not coming up with content?
Exactly, and that's where PlanetSide 1 had it's just like System Shock 2, a shoestring budget, but they and because of that they had to create elements in the game that had depth. For example, I'm not going to list them all off. Inventory space. So they could easily implement that. They could keep you with the default loadouts, but throw in an inventory space like they did in PlanetSide 1. Inventory loadouts to tailor to your play style. So a whole new level of skill and came into the game. Inventories for tanks. So you could also put infantry weapons in there. So you put up a forward base and start equipping your guys that could fight if their tank was about to go out or whatever. All sorts of little things. Ooh. Nah. And oh, of course, implants. And by that I mean actual implants and not just boosters for more XP for you to buy with real cash. Things that actually affected the play of the game. So something that would allow you to see invisible people, something that would quieten your footsteps, all sorts of things. Yeah, a whole lot of depth missing. But I was going to say before you said that, it all comes back to these people who are quite. I mean, they've made it. I love the game. At the same time, I hate it. And in that sense, I think they're quite incompetent, because if they really had their pulse on the community and they'd really learned the lessons from PlanetSide 1, they wouldn't be trying to put a band-aid on, like I think it was Stoneshank said, that with every problem they create for themselves by ignoring the lessons learned from the past. You know, for example, let's take it at launch, where they removed the second AA on the Burster Max, and then try to make more money out of people on a first day buy. But of course, everyone goes and buys rocket pods. Yeah, rapes out of everyone, because nobody's going to buy the second AA Max. So, and then everyone QQs, but actually the rocket pods are overpowered, but they weren't. It was just the fact that the balance that had been struck from the beta was no longer there, because the second AA, nobody was given the second AA Buster to compete with those things when they came out. And it's a problem reaction. But the thing is, they never raised their level of consciousness or awareness above the problem that that first created the problem in the first place, which is really sad. And it's just like a dog chasing its tail over and over again. And it's not benefiting the community. It's not adding more depth. And only now do you see them saying, "Oh, we're gonna add the ant thing from PlanetSide 1."
I'm just gonna quote what Smedley said before the game came out. He says, "We're starting out as Battlefield 3 on crack, and we're slowly over the years turning it into PlanetSide 1 on steroids."
And if you look back in the alpha footage, it was PlanetSide 1. It was a business decision to copy-paste the innards out of Battlefield 3 and gut PlanetSide 1 and shove it in. And now all you have is what should have just been like better graphics and improved infantry combat. They destroyed it and just made Battleside 2, which is really sad.
So I think that's a nice.
Dextro.
I think that's a nice statement for ending up this point of discussion and coming back to the last point on my list to finish up, and for the last couple of 15 minutes or whatever of the show, and coming back to one of the more ugly sides of the community, so I would can call it that way, and it's the hatred for big outfits, since we're talking about big outfits today, and again towards the members, and especially in consideration the last development on Reddit. Do you guys do /tell conversations anymore? I came up with the solution. I don't do a /tell conversation because I can't be sure if half of it appears on Reddit and people bitching about it. How you guys handle it?
I don't have to handle it at all.
Yeah, because he's not the one on the receiving end, is he?
Well, the thing is why I said, I'm just going to tell it to you straight, Tact. Like, the thing why I said that, like, right now, you're here as the leader of gods, but we all know you're not leading gods at the moment. And the thing
representative,
is just,
I think it was, if you look at the Reddit.
Still. The thing is just that gods right now, you have elementary beginnings who are trying to play the game. You have KOTV who are trying to play the game, and you have gods who are basically being a community for people who can do whatever they want. And that's kind of the thing right now.
I'm not in gods. I'm not in gods, and
I'm not saying that is
it's hurting me, and and probably people
that's
slay me on a
thing,
mumble,
really.
but I have to say it's completely wrong. It's honestly completely wrong.
Here's the thing, Klyka. There's no hate in or from gods. We've never poisoned the well. We've never put out bad things about other people. However, that we will crush anyone who smack talks and yell. Totally. We have those people who have the technology. They have the capability. They will bend in. They will be, as Confucius says, a reed bending into wind, and these people will be the mighty oaks being uprooted in a storm. But the problem is the storm is in a teacup, and it's in these people's minds, and they are delusional. They have this, whether or not it's the people on Reddit. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Ganelon. Kisses. Mwah. Or who else? I don't even know. It doesn't matter. Oh, rabble rifles. But the thing is, these people, I don't know if they're aware of it. But they really aren't helping the community by saying the things they say. They're forgetting that it's a game, that we're all out here to have some fun. And by the way, Klyka, just so you know, gods are part of the community. We have always been part of the community. We've been taking part in alerts. We have been communicating with others. We've even been communicating with other factions like the TR, trying to help them crush the VS. But just because I'm not there doesn't mean I don't know about this. Of course I will, because I'm in TeamSpeak. I'm talking to my guys, and my peepers were climbing in those windows, raping your peoples up. So if you don't like it, that's fine. But don't play the game of Chinese whispers. We're nice people. We don't have any hate to give.
You need to give me one thing though. I have made it abundantly clear in all of my posts that I am not talking about the people who comprise gods. I have nothing against any member of gods. I've only ever met great people. I had good conversations. I talked to you. I talked to other people. What's my beef, bro? Like I said, I don't have a beef with the people. I just feel that the institution that Gods currently is on the faction of the NC in Woodman, and it is a fucking institution, and you know it because otherwise you wouldn't have 3,000 members. It is an institution, and you wouldn't have 3,000 members otherwise. And I feel
4,200, sir.
Or something.
Most of them are
I'm sorry, the numbers are kind of flowing together in my head.
Gods has been around since the beta, so there's a lot of people
around
who
since
are
the beta.
inactive.
But I know that a lot of people are inactive. I don't have anything against it. People
And
can
the
do
ones
what
that
they
are
want.
taking
I
part
just kind of feel that Gods as itself, as this huge group, is basically pulling people in there and then just kind of keeping in there just for the fact that they're in there. And I
But you've
feel
already
that the
said you've never
numbers
played
are
with
not
gods,
consistent.
and you've never been. You not only have you not been in gods, you've played with us. So what? You're not. I'm sorry, but I know how you feel. But you're not a woman, and it's not real. It's not based in fact, and you should really
Still
come
real
join.
to me, damn
You should really come join us. You'll probably like it. Ask is a really nice guy. He will crush people with huge egos like Ganelon, where they'll get butthurt, or Magic, which I'm really surprised about you, Magic. I love you, but that to crush their egos, and then they'll
call it crushing.
They'll run to Reddit to claw back their dignity, and that's really embarrassing because it sets a precedent, and it's a whole new low. And I think what people need to just realize it's a game, and that Gods caters to anyone. I mean, I remember when I had my first month out back in from January to February.
Okay,
this is where,
Tact, I'm just going to stop you real quick, and I'm going to ask you one question. If Gods caters to everyone, where are the good players?
Anyway,
come on, dude. We're not playing high school one-up.
No, but I'm saying if Gods caters to anyone, Gods caters to anyone, where are the people that take it serious?
So we've got not only do we have plenty of good players, but we've had plenty of good players go off into the rest of the NC community, and peace be with them because they were great people. It's just sorry to see them go, but it's all about having fun, and as long as they're having fun, that's all that we cared about in the first place. It's all about giving back to the community, and that's what we do. I don't know, and that's the problem with Reddit. And I mean, come on, man, you're showing your colors here. You're pushing the issue, and it's going nowhere. So
I just love making you mad.
Yeah, but in defense of Gods, I would like to point out that on several occasions I've seen the past weeks, Askus, what is his name? Ascasuna?
Ascatasuna, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Ascatuna. Oh,
yeah, we've got so many names for him, but yeah, it's
okay. No, sorry. But anyway, I see them show up and they do a decent job. They try and they participate and they actually seem to be like pushing in the same direction. So things have becoming a lot better, meeting gods as of late. I would like to point that out. Even though I personally would like to object to.
Here's the thing: up until January, we were the main fighting force on Woodman. We were the ones who rocked. Oh God!
The priorities were divided, in my opinion, and we had this discussion a lot of times.
Chicken. We'll say that for another time, buddy. And I will bury you then. But
Tact, I have to ask, why were you? Why aren't you right now?
Well, here's the thing. It's like you've got to be respectful of the people who have, jobs, lives. People get burnt out.
Oh, come on! Only the NC has lives and jobs.
It's a reflection of the community, isn't it? It's you go. People will come and leave and return. But the problem is that at the moment, especially with the alerts, it's all interconnected, and people are, and especially with the alerts, they're getting burned out. We became apathetic to it, not just because of the alerts being what they are, a sham, but because there was no point in fighting, in the sense that the TR there was no third faction. There was a fourth, but there was no third. Jury's out on where they came from. Yeah, and in that sense, we did want the TR to step up, and many times before where I've actively colluded with TR to try and give VS more of a fight, but ultimately you're ignoring the elephant in the room. There's a huge amount of apathy in the game, dude. So again, it's not going anywhere.
But what I don't get is, you say that you were the supreme fighting force on Woodman, and you were
up until January, yeah.
Yeah, and
just
you
so
were
you
beating,
know,
and I'm not disagreeing with this. I'm not disagreeing with this. I'm not disagreeing with this.
To there.
I am not disagreeing with this. I absolutely agree with this, and everyone has to agree with this because it's a fact, a historical fact for Woodman. And then the alerts came.
Mm-hmm.
Why weren't you still the supreme fighting force during the alerts? Because what you're basically saying. I told
you that, didn't I? I said that basically I was against them.
So basically what happened was that you were the fighting force, and then the alerts came and you didn't like them, and then you start getting beaten in the alerts, and then your people stopped playing because they got beaten in the alerts because you didn't have them play in the alerts. And now people are not playing anymore because they're getting beaten because the hours have gotten better. I don't know what really happened there, Tact.
We already know that it's a complex issue, but we've already discussed that the alerts created the fourth faction because of the winning and losing. However, you've got to appreciate here that we did win our fair share, but the problem is someone's always got to win, someone's always got to lose, and when you've got 2/3 of the TR and 2/3 of the Vanu on your borders, it literally means that the actual alert is won and lost on the third flank.
Has nothing to do with teaming up.
Hey, chicken.
That has a reason why they're there.
Chicky poos, come on, honey. Can I finish? So on the third front, and guess where that is? That's between the Vanu and the TR, and guarantee you the fourth faction and KOTV are going to make short work going down to the TR warp gate towards the last few seconds of the thing when everyone realizes, holy shit, nobody's on that front.
Wait, so what you're basically saying is that the VS and the TR managed to bring the NC to its knees, and now everyone's asking, how do we bring the VS to its knees?
Since we're mentioning TR here, I feel obliged that I should at least be able to respond to that. I have not seen what you described, Tact, where TR is only attacking NC, but I
didn't say only.
I think it comes with the territory of having a 3-faction game, that it always seems that it's 2-on-1.
But no, you can. Well, that's very true. Completely agree. However,
I can explain you exactly why the situation you describe. I can explain you exactly why and how it came exactly, because I was watching it and I coordinate usually, and I know how it came, and it has its reasons why NC was always a lot in focus on. And will always be, and it has easy reasons.
Go on.
Yes.
The suspense.
By the way, I just want to say, if I pour any gasoline on a fire. I'm not doing it because I have anything against people.
Oh, you're neutral. You're just pouring gasoline on the fire.
I'm doing it.
Oh, Klyka.
I'm doing it because I want to get the 3 factions on the server to get their fucking act together again. Because the server, as we all know, it's become fucking stupid.
Yeah,
and it's getting worse. Stupid stalemate.
Reddit, yeah.
But isn't it
worse because of Reddit?
I mean,
isn't it getting stupid because of people giving their opinions about things they don't really know about? It seems like whenever I read, I mean, I personally can say the NC is working together, and we try to change it, and it doesn't matter if you give your opinions about it. We won't listen to those opinions anyway because we're actually working on it. If it makes sense, not meaning that we completely ignore it, but it won't change the situation. It just makes just puts in just make the people who are doing it look a bit more negative and
yep. And then taking this to Reddit and becoming a very it's a toxic environment which is only going to poison the rest of Woodman. It's not helping anyone. It's not making the community any stronger. A little bit of competitive nature is absolutely fine, but some people just take that too far. And Klyka?
I also stoneshank said that already, but I also see gods a lot more participating. They're throwing in their platoons to bases, and they're even in danger. I have the feeling that I don't know, there's some kind of organization. Sometimes I see two NC platoons.
Well, here's the thing: we don't, unlike you, Chicken, we don't usually bring, if at all, 2 platoons to the same spot. We try to use them tactically. So we give a good fight where we go, but we don't overwhelm them because it is all about the fight, and it's not necessarily about winning or losing, but. I think, like it's shown in the raid in this little chat, some people are winners, some people are losers.
Come on, Tact. You know I love you, so let's not bring it.
But,
up.
I love you too, Chicky Poos.
But it seems to me, being from the only sane faction, that you guys aren't doing that well on your own, and both of you are welcome to be assimilated into the Terran Republic. Soon, I hope.
Shameless.
Coming back to the topic, what's the difference between the TR and the NC currently? Is there any difference?
One is red, one is blue.
To the situation, besides the different color.
On the one side, you mean in alerts, why the ones are better? Or
and in general, everybody says the NC is screwed, but. Isn't the TR screwed in a way as well? Aren't they in the same situation like us? The situation basically is that both factions can't get enough people into their outfits. There's a huge amount of people without any outfits zerging across the map, which is creating this issue.
You can't, but the thing is, you can't take it any one. I think what we've all discussed, I think we've shown we can't really take any one of these things by itself. You have to put it into the bigger picture that is causing this. It's the lack of forethought on the developers' parts, implementing the alerts and all that sort of stuff. People getting burned out, and, so ultimately, what's the difference? There is very little difference. I think everyone's been burned out, but what we can both say is we've got a lot of people playing the 4th faction, or rather the 3rd faction, which is VS, and going off to play that because they are easy mode. And people want to win. And sure, that's fine. But, I think it's a problem that the game was created for itself. The community is what it is. It's just going to... it's going to be guided, for the most part, by the game. And what fads, like in World of Warcraft, where they create a fad out of... I hate to mention World of Warcraft. I'm really sorry. Like out of... remember how all the gear on all the raids and everything used to be really meaningless, and then they bring in the transmog. It's basically what it is. The alert system is just a fad, but they created somewhat of a monster out of this, the 4th faction, which through the lack of an 8-hour or 12-hour lockout like there was in PlanetSide 1, this is going to be a problem that's going to get worse and worse and worse. Until they add some metagame, but even then, I think that's always going to be there.
I think at one point we are now past 1.5 hours, and just
because we get on so well.
Yeah, but
Especially
Especially
for
fire.
because Klyka keeps pouring more gas.
but I have to admit that the estimated time for the show was 1 hour, 1.5 hour max. So we kind of breaking the whole concept. I don't mind doing it. I would just say let's quickly finish our last point of discussion, and then there's one more and one short one more. So if any one of the other guys except of Tact wants to say something about that been said,
I'm good.
do it now, please.
Seriously, man.
Okay.
Okay, I think I cut the discussion at that point.
What was the question?
Yeah, what was
The question was basically, what is the difference between the situation of the NC and the situation of the TR? Aren't the situations kind of similar? I think when I try to look at the NC, and I'm probably really critical looking at them, and I'm looking at the TR, for me it appears like both of them have in the core the same issue, and both of them are working on a solution, but still not been done with it.
I think the biggest difference is LMBE on the TR and the NC doesn't has this big outfit capable of fielding 2+ platoons. I think that's one of the biggest things. I mean, the NC has a lot of good outfit, like especially FFS and the Reaper doing some cool stuff sometimes, and some others that I just forgot. But you have some nice outfits, but you're missing, I don't know, either a leader who's trying to coordinate, or you're missing 2 platoons, organized randoms, and following the waypoints. That's what I see at least, and I don't know. Us getting stronger. And I see some organizational improvement from the NC coming, but there needs to be one big outfit again. Somebody has to step up and make a mass outfit. To say that, but I don't know.
But this is the VS approach, right? So, but couldn't be possible that there's a different solution for the NC, which others don't see it coming yet, which not involve one major outfit involving multiple outfits working closer together.
I would, if I would, I think people set the bar way too low when it comes to what's a normal size of an outfit. This isn't the normal type of game people are used to. I think that like 400 members, that's a normal sized outfit. That's the level of that's the amount of size a normal outfit should have. I'm not saying, well, not should, but what I would recommend. So you can, at your best days, feel like 1-2 platoons. There is way too many outfits out there that can field 1 to 2 squads, and I think that's way too little. And essentially need to fill up the ranks more. That said, I don't think that a faction needs to have one big, massive iron hammer like KOTV. I definitely don't think that is absolutely needed. They have shown that it works. And LFB kind of follows the footsteps of KOTV quite a lot. That said, it's not sure that we will end up in the same kind of size or even the same function. I think what we are is not a massive outfit, but more of a big outfit, bigger than normal. And I think more TR and NC outfits should be aiming towards like a 400 mark, just to see what it's like to lead more than 1 platoon.
To your question, what for other solutions there would be, you need a coordinator who has the control less over all the forces you have. That's the best thing you can do. Then it doesn't matter if you have one big outfit or not, but you need to have one person in charge, or at least he should be more or less, coordinate the whole thing. That's the thing that you need if you don't want to go for a big outfit and try to, like stoneshank said, try to get at least medium outfits that can field at least 2, 3, even 4 squads.
Communication and organization, I think.
Yeah, I agree with stoneshank that a large outfit, like in the way that KOTV does it, is definitely not needed. I think personally it's a good thing to have an outfit that is pretty much there to pick up new members and kind of, you know, show them around the game, give them a place to stay. And then, I mean, it'll automatically get big because of that. And then, you know, they can maybe move on to other outfits or stay or whatever. But it doesn't have to be this Iron Hammer approach. I fully agree with that. What I think, what the TR and the NC definitely need, and I know that people are working on it, and they have to be, is just interfaction communication. It's just, there has to be more organization. The outfits need to run as much as possible with each other because they need to field the numbers. It doesn't matter if you all have the same tags. It doesn't matter if every player has his own outfit tag or whatever. As long as the numbers are utilized and organized in a proper way, then both of the factions can definitely not only hold their own against the VS, but also win against the VS. It doesn't have to be the huge Iron Hammer approach.
You said that it needs an outfit who picks up all the new peoples, and there are some of them around, and I would consider Gods as one of these outfits, knowing that we recruited probably a lot of their higher, better ranked members out of them.
ChickenCurrys and KOTV have recruited twice as many as we have. They just had to remake. I think that's gone under the radar. Props to ChickenCurrys making his outfit twice.
Like 10 times faster also after.
Yeah, exactly. And oh gods, we're so bad with recruitment.
Yeah, so isn't it like the expectation in Gods is the wrong one, because they're just perfectly fitting into the thing you described, but on the other hand you say they're neglectable and they're not taking part in it.
PR and I'm good, we're good. Nobody. The only thing that we care about is that, you know, the community goes into a positive one, not a negative one being dragged down by Reddit and the smacktards there. I think it really needs to be more friendly, which is what Gods is all about. We take part, we do our stuff, we don't bitch at anyone else, we give props up to everyone else, and we smack down the dribblers. So what's wrong with that? What's to hate? Just everyone should really take away, we need to start making a better community that people want to be around in, not one that is bickering and trying to, you know, make a high school pissing contest.
I do agree with you, Tact, that the subreddit for Woodman has gone astray from higher ground.
Yeah, I love you.
But that said, I mean, even my own posts are colored by my own frustration of playing a whole summer without the win on an alert.
Yeah.
And I always play to win. I don't have fun when losing. It's just simple as that. I have fun when winning. And I think most people appreciate to win once in a while. That said, I don't think the Reddit is gonna like just die out of pure bitterness or anything like that. It's there to stay. It's probably gonna stay there even more.
Well, tumor doesn't growing because you asked it to. No, that's
true. But
you must cut out the tumor.
Yes. No, but I think that the atmosphere on the subreddit can definitely change for the better. And I think just saying that the Reddit is just a circular of annoying bitter fanboys, it's not enough, and it's not a valid argument. It's not gonna go away just because you dismiss it. It's better than to go in and help change it.
I'm not dismissing it. And it is very, and I do think it's a very valid argument to call them that. But I think they need to really take a look at themselves, take a look at what they've said, and realize this isn't me. I'm not a douchebag, and I really don't want to project that kind of atmosphere into the community. You know?
Yeah, fair enough. That sounds like a very good thing you said.
It's all together. You've got to take the bad with the sweet, you know. And there's an awful lot of it bad in the Reddit. I just hope that these guys go, yeah, you know what? Nah, let's let it go. Let's just play the game, have fun. Because that's what this game was made for. It's made for fun. It's meant to build a community. But you can't have a community kind of taking it too far.
Some people just enjoy shit talking rather than playing.
Yeah, I find it funny. Someone actually said that. Someone said, "Oh, some people just like to see the world burn," and I'm like, "Oh my god, what's that? Oh, so ironic."
Okay, I think we talked a lot about a lot of topics today, and there's the one last question I want to ask before we end the show, and it comes from Yoshino. It's basically saying that I have a lot to live up with the show, and if I mess up, I'm gonna end up 10 years in a dungeon. So asking you as my guest,
Dextro.
do I end up
Dextro,
in a
this
dungeon
hasn't
for the
been
next
such
10
a joke.
years,
You've done great.
or is there any mercy?
Let's not have Tact answer that. There will be no mercy.
I didn't understand the question.
No, you've done great, Dextro.
No, you've done a
Absolutely
great job,
No,
perfect.
no circle jerking, no nothing like that. It's been very fair and balanced, yeah.
Okay, then let's just end the show and giving everyone the opportunity to put in one last statement or one thing he wants to say to end up the show. So we start with Klyka since he's up top in the channel. So go on.
Okay. So I can just make a statement or something.
Yeah, say whatever you want. You know, you did a similar show previously. I'm just more generous and give you more than 10 seconds.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, I just want to say that it's definitely, it doesn't matter what people write on Reddit. It doesn't matter what people write in game. As long as people play, as long as we have a bit of a competitive atmosphere and people keep playing, then I think we're on the right track. And I do think that staying with this game, as much bad things as it does right now, I think it also, you know, every one of us has fun with it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, and we definitely wouldn't spend 2 hours talking about the game on a show. So, you know, I would just stick with it, see where it goes, and if you ever don't like it, it was, you know, you can just stop and come back at a later time. And in the end, we're all friends here, and none of us really want any personal, terrible things to happen to each other. So let's just keep it that way, and let's, you know, keep Woodman being the server with the best community, because we are. Thank you.
stoneshank?
Yeah, well, first of all, I would like to do like a shout out to the TR outfits that, or players in particular. You don't have to join us, but please play with us. Join our open platoons, jump on our TS, get familiar with us, and we'll try to help each other out as much as possible. Other than that, I would like to just point out that I'm the only faction here that is sole representative. My other colleague who couldn't come, a long story, he's out on the field preparing the celebratory execution with all the outfits leader currently presiding in the channel. Thank you.
Okay, Tact.
Oh. I think Gandhi put it best. Be the change you seek in the world. Peace and love, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, ChickenCurrys.
Well, I'm not prepared for that. Well, I just want to motivate my friends on the VS. No matter what the TR say or do, don't worry, we will stay dominant. They can have their little meeting. I'll make sure we will still win. And yeah, like I said before, I also stream from time to time, so check that out. You can find the stream on KOTV-clan.com when I stream, and yeah, check out Klyka's new outfit, Disruptive Elements. He's a cool guy, and yeah.
What? Don't advertise, man. Just don't advertise me. That's just nah.
I'm just trying to be nice.
Okay, then that's me closing the show. Thank you for listening, guys. This one will definitely go on YouTube as well. And I hope you enjoyed the show. It's planned that there'll be more shows, more episodes coming up, maybe in something like a two-week cycle. And I hope you enjoyed the show. That's it. Thank you, and goodbye.
Keep it up, TR and C.
Woo! Woo!
Yep.
Yeah! Woo!
Bye-bye.
Woo! I can hear Binary doing it. He must have been